If you have been following up this series of how to trade gold, or best strategy to trade gold, I bet you have been winning. That is if you catch the move before it play out, right? So once again today I'm back, and let's just do a follow-up on what gold is doing. Today is Friday basically, and I just remove everything and take it back to the highest time frame. Let's just not actually highest time frame, let's just hit the daily, right? So remember, I say that this was kind of a very sensitive zone, a very important zone that gold was kind of cruising. Now we also had this level right there, and we said if gold comes back, respect this level, we should be looking for some kind of a sales, or if gold goes back, takes out that high, then we anticipate now we in a confirmed buy sells and a crazy buy sells, and we're back in that cruising phase, right? So all we see right now is that gold has already taken out that high, right? So look at this. All this is just telling you that your bulls are really in control. So why don't we just join the ride, join the wave? Because we all see that bulls have been dominating from Monday, I believe so, right? So for those who had trend line, I'm sorry, but then we still need to incorporate that trend. Remember, was it on Wednesday? This is where gold was, and I said once we see gold taking out this level, we anticipate a small correction, then we should continue cruising all the way up. But then our target was just this level right there until gold takes out this high, then we should anticipate now good amount of swing, right? So that is what we see. Basically gold has taken out that high, so let's just have this. In fact, let me just remove it now. I don't need it because we understand that gold has already broken out of that joint, right? Now the last low that was a high that gold broke was this joint right there, correct? So all we see, we had a touch, 1 2, we've not seen that pullback right there. Today is Friday, that's another issue. I don't know whether we will get that pullback before the market closes, but then if we don't get that pullback, we anticipate next week we might get a good pullback before we continue now riding the wave like crazy, now this is supposed to be our initial first target, right? Of course, I understand that we have these levels and we have this level, but then I'm going to ignore those levels because while we are in a crazy move, let me see, we had this too. Let's just bring it there. Yeah, so probably on Monday we might anticipate gold hitting this level before we get a good pullback now, for price accumulation to break out of that joint and we continue cruising nicely. But even if we don't get that by Monday, probably let's just hope that today we might get a good pullback right here, then look for that crazy amount of buy pullback, we continue cruising, right? But I don't know, because gold is crazy, I don't know if she will give us the pullback that we are anticipating. Let's just try to clone this joint, have it right there. So you see, it kind of makes sense. We're almost approaching this resistance level. How much is this? That's around 1,000 points. So if I hit 15, let's see, let's go. Right, so of the 15, you also understand that we have a small trend. Let's just have it right here. We have that small trend. Let's just see if we clone it, drag it below. As long as it makes sense, we go for it, baby. Correct. Now what do we have? Let's do that magic, the flip joint. So right now this is what we see gold is doing. We don't understand what that is. I don't understand the kind of pattern that the market is doing, right? But all I'm looking for are just good amount of a good pullback, that is with a good confirmation. I'm talking about giving us a continuation, right? Then we should see gold hitting that high. Same pattern, just look at this. The same pattern, these are just continuations, right? Same things, those are the things we need. Smaller continuation too. Over here we had another one right there. These are the patterns that we need. Of course, if you understand, we had a double bottom right there, a small double bottom right there for a confirmation entry right there, the tighter stop loss right there, and attack. So that's around right now, if you caught that move, that's over 6,000 points, which is a good one, right? So it's just a matter of you being patient and wait for gold to pull back, right? And let's just see, there's something about GBP pair, the JPY pair, XJPY pair. Kind of the markets have been consolidating. I don't know what she's thinking, but what if we should be looking for some crazy drops? That is what I've been thinking, right? So let's just hit the daily, because I believe about a month or two I was like, to me these ones might be kind of a continuation bearish flag, right? That is what I was anticipating, because I was thinking like, no, this one is not an uptrend, but this is just a continuation bearish flag. Since we had this breakout right here, we had that break, so there's this anticipation that we should continue cruising, targeting that level, right? So this is like an impulse phase, and this is just a continuation pattern bearish flag. So I'm anticipating that kind of a crazy drop on XJPY, because I don't know why these markets have been crazy. 1 minute they go up, then the next minute they are dropping. So let's just mark out this level and have our alert probably around that level right there. So a break below, we should be looking for those amazing drops. So that is all the JPY. And I don't know, should I add it to my eye list? No, not yet. Let's just talk about Euro JPY too. Now Euro JPY has already started dropping. You see that, right? That was 273 drop. So I'll remove everything, right? So it's just the same thing. Look at this, we had an impulse phase correction, and of course, if you hate trend line, once again I'm sorry. But then look at this is a head and shoulder. If you guys know what I'm talking about, left shoulder right there, head, boom, right shoulder. So we are at that impulse phase, right? So like I said before, this should be the initial target right there. So right now we see price around this joint right here at the neckline. This is what we see, price is hitting that neckline. Of course, we're seeing some kind of a rejection, but remember, I've said, guys, once you see head and shoulder, hide the left shoulder, then start drawing your trend. Hide that left shoulder, something like that, start drawing your trend, boom, and you see it's respecting right there. So you saw that we had some 200 and something pip, right? That was around this level right there, something like this, right? That is what I'm anticipating on this join. But at the same time, you never know, this head and shoulder might just be a confirmation of a bullish flag information, something like this. Boom, boom, respect, boom, breaks, we back to our uptrend, right? And if you look at gold has been moving up. So if we see gold going up, then I think JPY should be dropping, right? That is kind of correlation. So let's take it to the GBP JPY and see, based on the daily, same thing. Let's just remove this. Another one right here, 1 2 right there, right there. So you see, it kind of makes sense, because this is, to me, this is like a bearish flag. Once again, XJPY are looking like they want to drop. Probably they might start that drop maybe next week, or even by the time we're hitting December, right? So on all this GBP JPY, we might anticipate that touch right there, respect, boom, yeah, makes sense. And Where should we look for our entry? Because why we have already seen a trend right here, 1 2 right there, correct. And so once we see GBP JPY hitting this level, we anticipate the market to go back to test this level, and of course we should be anticipating a good bearish continuation pattern right here, just to tell us that the market or price accumulating to give us that massive drop. And of course, boom, this should be our target. Crazy amount of swings, baby. Right, so we had also this level to tell us that it was respected, right? So we should be looking for, remember this still based on the daily, but then once we get that confirmation, then forgive at your own risk, right? So of this joint, I'm going to add GBP JPY to my eye list because this one is looking so amazing. Let's just have that, right? So that is JPY. Now another correlation, XCHF, guys. CHF also kind of correlate with the XJPY, right? So I think let's hit USD CHF. But before that, let's just talk about CAD CHF was also looking good. Where is that CAD CHF? CAD CHF, come here. Right. So for this CAD CHF, I'll remove this. Now look at this. We are currently at a supply zone. Boom. So we should be experiencing some selling pressure around that level. Then a small trend. Boom, there's that small trend that I'm not going to ignore, right? There is no reason for me or for someone to take a buy right here. There is no reason on earth that you should be looking for buys right here. Are you crazy? There is no possibility that we should be looking for buys over here. Why? We are at a supply zone, right? This is a supply zone. This is a supply zone right there. And of course, this trend line right there is a supply zone. Unless price takes out this supply zone, takes out this trend line right there, comes back, and now we look for new trend. Let me just remove this. We look for new trend. Probably, let's just say, okay, we have already seen the market starting to give us a new trend right there. So the market should take out that supply zone, boom, then now comes back and respect this trend that it has been creating, then we should continue looking for buys. But for now, right, let me just take it to the H4. Look at this already. We must see, we should be anticipating kind of a double top right there. And of course, this is, to me, this is just a bearish flag right there. What's the confirmation? Let the market finish this uptrend, then we drop. And of course, this should be our target, basically. Right there. And that's CAD CHF. Let's talk about USD CHF. Around July, I had a good trade on USD CHF. I will never forget that. That was a very good one though. So I was looking for USD CHF sales, I believe so. And of course, I had that as a signal. Where is this? To my premium. Where is this? I think this is USD CHF, right? Yeah, I got triggered. The market gave me all the confluence and I took that sell entry. But then guess what? That is when she was trying to misbehave, and then I said, yo, close out your position. This market is trying to give us a bigger version of a bearish flag. This is it. So this is the big version of a bearish flag. Initially we had this. Let me just remove this one right here. I took this entry based on this join, and of course that was a confirmed sales too. I took it based on my system, my strategy, right over here. But then once I saw price trying to, take out this high right here, there was this level right here, close out my position. Once I saw price taking out that of the 15, to close out my position, and that's when I started evolving. I told my gang, it's like this market wants to give us a big version of a continuation pattern, and of course that is what we see, right? And of course we also had a trend right here to just give us that confirmation, and we had a retest right there, correct? We had a double top right there. We also had a good left shoulder right here, head, right shoulder. We had so many confluence that we should be going down, but then the market is the market. The market will do whatever it wants, right? So for now, this is what we see. I'm just anticipating this joint to do its thing. Let me just take it to the H4. Those are just confluence we are adding to our analysis, guys. 1, 2 right there. Do this joint and drag it right here. So look at that. Already price has already hit our resistance trend line right there. I'm not crazy to look for my buys over here. I'm not crazy because we are at a resistance too. Why should I look for my buy entry right here, right? So the only thing we should be seeing is just possible sells. And if you want to look for buys, let the market come back, respect this trend line. That will be the third touch. 1, 2, boom, look for buys, correct? But for now, you think I think you guys understand that, USD CHF, XCHF, XJPY are looking like they want to drop. Those are just a good amount of pips if we get those anticipation. But remember, if we don't see what we anticipate, then we're not going to take those trades. We're just trying to analyze and understand the market. If we don't get that what we anticipate, then we just avoid that market, right? So check out my Telegram link in the description box below, and adios, man, because peace.